You know the drill. You strut into the dollar store with $5 like you're some kind of boss, a financial legend. You grab a few things you think you need, maybe some hot cheese puffs that taste like regret, and bounce out feeling like you just beat Wall Street at their own game. Plot twist, that little victory lap around the discount aisles might have been more like a slow jog into a trap. No hate to dollar stores, we've all been there, clutching our wallets like they owe us rent money. But let's keep it real, not every deal is your friend. Some of them are straight-up con artists in plastic packaging.
Us think of ourselves as savvy shoppers looking for ways to snag a bargain and get the best value for our money. But are we using all the tips and tricks that there are? As consumer reporter Susan Hogan reveals, there's a simple but often overlooked tool that can help you save big bucks while shopping online and in stores.
Have you ever found yourself in a grocery store aisle wondering if that giant jar of pickles is a better deal than the smaller one? So how do you choose?
I don't really look at prices.
I just always buy the same size.
Well, that's where unit pricing comes in. It can help you determine whether buying bigger or smaller, name brand or generic, is better.
Unit pricing isn't a new concept, but you'd be surprised how many consumers overlook this basic money-saving tool.
So here's how it works. The unit price is essentially just what it sounds like, the price per unit of an item, whether in ounces, pounds, or any other measurement, rather than the total cost. For example, here's the price for this bottle of ketchup, and this is the price you'd pay for a larger size. Comparing unit prices tells you which one is the better deal. Just be sure you're comparing, say, ounces to ounces. If you need help converting items to the same unit, you can search online for a unit pricing calculator to make it easier.
If a unit price isn't listed, simply divide the cost of the item by the number of units.
Keep in mind that paying a slightly higher unit price for a smaller size might sometimes be more economical if it's an item you don't use often and will end up throwing away.
Unit pricing helps you see beyond the price on the tag to know the actual cost of your purchases.
Bottom line, a little label and price tag sleuthing, along with some simple math, can really add up and give your household budget some much-needed relief.
The sneaky unit price game. Ah, yes. This one's a masterclass in deception. You spot that $1.25 price tag and mentally high-five yourself for beating inflation. Then you get home and realize that family-size cereal is basically a snack pack. Do the math, and it's costing you more per ounce than the giant name brand box at a regular grocery store. Wild, right? It's not about being cheap, it's about value. If you're not checking the price per ounce, per sheet, or per count, at that point, you're basically performing a magic trick where your money vanishes and the product barely materializes. Unless you're trying to prove that you can pay more for less, but with extra steps, when cheap means crap. Okay, let's be real. Not everything at the dollar store is absolute garbage. But there's a big difference between smart saving and slowly paying for your stuff with pure, unadulterated frustration. Electronics? Fine for a quick backup, but probably not your daily phone charger. Unless you enjoy sparks, overheating, or explaining to your boss why your phone died mid-call.
Investigators believe a phone charger cord is to blame for a house fire earlier today. The blaze started at this home at 220 Sully Way Court around 11 a.m. When crews arrived, they saw heavy smoke coming from the back of the house. The Sullivan fire chief says a resident was charging her phone in the back bedroom with the cord on top of the bed. Investigators believe the phone cord either got too hot or shorted out, causing the fire. The resident tried to put out the fire with a blanket, but the flames got out of control. Everyone escaped and no one was hurt. The fire damage was mostly contained to the back bedroom, but some areas suffered smoke and water damage.
Tools? Great for hanging a picture. If the picture's made of air, not so much for building a deck or fixing your car. Toys? Usually flimsier, break easily, and honestly, sometimes they're just not safe for kids. Kitchen stuff? Good, if you're stirring soup with a noodle. Plastic containers? Some are decent, but a lot can't handle microwave heat without cracking. Always look for BPA-free and food-safe labels. If it smells like a car tire, maybe skip eating out of it. The legitimately risky stuff.
They are popular stores that offer household items at cheap prices. But do the products sold at dollar-type stores come with a hidden price? An environmental watchdog group recently tested items purchased at Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, and 99 cents only. Of the items tested, the Campaign for Healthier Solutions says more than 81% had dangerous chemicals.
What consumers should know, number one, is where these products are coming from. If indeed the products are actually full of the carcinogens that we found.
Those carcinogens include phthalates, which can lead to birth defects and reduced fertility, polyvinyl chloride plastic, which has been linked to asthma, and lead, which can cause learning disabilities. These are just a few of the items that this report found to be problematic. A vinyl tablecloth, a shower curtain, and children's headbands. Items that on the surface seem safe.
This is where cheap crosses the line from annoying to should this even be on a shelf. Makeup and skincare? You want smooth skin, not a weird rash. Unknown ingredients, zero real regulations. You might end up with a glow, but definitely not the kind you want. Sunscreen? If it's expired or looks off, you're essentially just rubbing a lie on your skin. Get ready to be burnt and feel totally ripped off. Vitamins and meds? These get recalled a lot, like a lot. Bad storage or sitting on the shelf too long can turn something meant for relief into discomfort or even harm. Spices and snacks? Yep, even food has had recalls. We're talking lead in cinnamon, sketchy packaging, and mystery ingredients.
Is calling for a recall of ground cinnamon because of lead contamination. The cinnamon was sold at Dollar Tree and Family Dollar stores. The FDA says the spice contains levels of lead that could be dangerous for people, especially children. So if you have any of the brands that you see right there on your screen, you should throw them away.
If it sounds too wild to be true, it might just be true. This isn't about being high maintenance. It's about not playing games with your own body. You know, it's kind of important. Perishable food. Always check the dates. Dollar stores with fridges and freezers can be convenient, sometimes. But if items sit there too long, that frozen value meal can quickly become a frosty regret. Seriously, check every expiration date like your life depends on it. Your frozen pizza shouldn't have icicles older than your car. And milk? It should be, milk. Not a science experiment. Paper products and school supplies. The hidden drain. Toilet paper? Oh, it'll get the job done. Eventually. But those super thin rolls mean you're using way more. So, are you really saving? Probably not much. Same deal with paper towels and napkins. You often have to grab double just to get anything done. School supplies? They'll get the kids through in a pinch. But honestly, during back-to-school sales at bigger stores, you can often snag better quality for the same price. Use dollar store stuff for emergencies, but don't plan your whole semester around it. Smart shopping strategies. Look, the dollar store can totally be your secret weapon, if you go in with your eyes wide open and your brain engaged. Forget the shiny price tag. Read the fine print, how many are in the pack, the expiration date, and what it's actually made of. And those impulse buys? Your budget just waves a tiny white flag. You popped in for toothpaste, and somehow you're walking out with glow sticks, candy cigarettes and a plastic tulip plant. There are some legit great buys. Party stuff, greeting cards, storage bins, and sometimes even name brand things that bigger stores are clearing out. Just double check the packaging and dates so you're not buying someone else's dusty leftovers from 2020. Oh, and guess what? They take coupons. Seriously, use them. Stretch that dollar like it's doing yoga. The bottom line, shop smart, not just cheap. Dollar stores can be a lifesaver. They help people get by when money's tight, make paychecks stretch, and still feel like they have options. But just like anything else, there's a smart way and a not-so-smart way to use them. Being broke isn't a weakness, but actively buying junk that breaks, leaks, or actually hurts you, that's just throwing your money away, even if you had a coupon. So don't just fall in love with the price tag. Fall in love with value. Smart shoppers don't just spend less, they spend better. Shop smart, not just cheap.